Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
This is Joe Mixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second down, here's Mixon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
On the carry. He was taken down by Reuben Foster. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
First down, Bengals.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Mixon with a first down and more. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
First down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. He's just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
He's brought down.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Haskins on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And this will be incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are going to take a 1st quarter lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Washington nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Going to give this time to the tailback. He's got room to run past the 20 and all the way up to the 21-yard line. call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Gibson, the ball carrier.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score, Bengals 7, Washington nothing.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Couple of second-year guys, Haskins to McLaurin for a Washington first down. They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Darren Lee there to get him down.
No gain on the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 26-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. The throw taken in by Sims. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Haskins. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Up 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first.
And at the 24-yard line.
On first down, Gibson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And it's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On 2nd and 11 now, Haskins. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
First down and goal to go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Delaney Walker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes this Washington 14. Bengals 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the...
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That's certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and 6. Here's Haskins out of the gun. That is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Vincent Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Four yards remain for second down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now Burrow. And Tate's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Burrow. Going deep downfield for Ross. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To the air again, Burrow. Forced out to his left. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
To number 18.
A.J. Green. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
An incredibly short kick, fielded way up there. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Over 1st and 10. At their own 18-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay, but in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson, and he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Here's Haskins to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
And 6 at the 21-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. What did you see there, Charles, on that interception from the rookie?
They've shown him certain looks on defense throughout the first half, and they pulled the string here in the second half because he got used to those looks, and they showed the exact same thing, but changed it up just a little bit where he thought something was open, and now with the change in defense, it no longer was.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Loss of 1.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
4-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Here's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Vincent Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Washington will line up.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Looking to throw, Haskins. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere seeing that play. Focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Bengals 14.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Open man is Uzama. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And Burrow going to throw again. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes this Washington 26, Bengals 21.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They go play action with Haskins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. You're 952.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short gain down to about the 33.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, he kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Operating from the gun. Haskins. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Burrow now, a big spot for the Heisman Trophy winner. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brought down at the
sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run here with Mixon. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
29-yard line.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick. On 2nd down now, Mixon.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 6 yards there. First down, Cincinnati. Mixon with a first down carry. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. Burrows only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now, you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get in the range and put one through the post.
On the return, Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
See if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
By the Bengals. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Bengals, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.